So basically, what I was saying is I'm not going to tell you where I'm working. If you don't know where I'm working, then you're going to have to go look it up and read the chat. But I got my shirt here. Yep, check that out. I even left the label on there for you, so you know it's legit. Right, there we go. Got my pants. I got to figure out how to take this tag off. And this is really all I got to wear. I guess I can just pull it. Oh good, it's a pull one. Then it's probably got a little piece going to hang out here. It's going to stab me in the middle of the night. Cheers from Poland! Alright, so basically, I just got to wear this like polo thing. And, you know, it's pretty comfortable. This isn't the one that's official, you know, and I'm probably not allowed to wear this shirt underneath. I'm probably going to have to change that. But it's cold outside. Then I got my pants. And that's how I go. I just do that. Can't wear my hat. I'm gonna have to comb my hair. You know, I'm gonna have to make sure my beard's trimmed. I'm gonna have to, you know, look all proper. Alright, I'll show you. I just look all proper like this. See, you know, come up to you and be like, that's what I gotta do. All right. So that's my job. But when I'm not at my job, I'm gonna be doing this. Hanging out with you guys, talking about Bitcoin and seeing where the society is going to go, because it kind of failed me a little bit here. Kind of did. Good luck, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, all right. So let me show you this. Let me show you this. This is the setup we're using. Oh, I should probably shut the backpack. This thing is pretty sweet. So I figured out how to get this completely mobile. And let me zip this up. All right, check this out. So, as long as I don't kill the stream is coming from here. Tell me, how cool is that? This is where the stream is coming from. So, basically, I have this cutout. I'll show you this cutout in a second here, because this is where it's getting warm. So all the feed is getting pushed out here, and this is going to get warm, and then hopefully the air will escape. But here I got my battery, so this is powering the whole thing. Actually, I can plug this in too. There we go. So now I'm powering. This is the cell phone towers, and then in here is the Wi-Fi towers. Here's all my lenses, and then here's where I put the camera. So let me show you this. This is pretty sweet. Pending I don't drop it. Okay. So if you can see, that is the device that's pushing the stream now currently. And it's kind of just sitting in there, but I just cut this tab out so that the fan could have some breathing room. And then I just went like this. Now there's the Wi-Fi. See, there's the Wi-Fi, so slid down in there. So I need to make a little pouch thingy for it, so it'll sit there more like that. But then when I close the backpack lid, see, there's still this extra door here because I cut it out. So I didn't ruin the backpack. Isn't that sweet? So I'm like completely mobile. Yeah, and then obviously this is powering the camera, and then this has a battery, but it's also being powered there. Isn't that sweet? Tell me that's not sweet. I think that's so sweet. I basically just have like a backpack chilling, and I'm live streaming. That's like its own little rig. I got a rig backpack. Doesn't it look like a little miner in there? Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, basically, here's what I think. I think Bitcoin's pretty sweet, and I'm, you know, a big fan, right? And I love my altcoins, and I'm sending them to some trading people. Red Panda here, and I'm excited for the future. But I'll be honest, 7 years in mining, leaving my career to make a company, you know, like high net worth clients, contracts, creating a business off of mining. Like, I mean, come on. Passion, drive, expertise, all of it. And like, I'm unhireable. Like, in the real world, I'm unhireable, right? It's almost like going to the military, you know? Not at all. Not at all like the military. But bear with me. You know, people go to the military and they get out and they don't have jobs. They're unhireable because, like, you know, they got all this expertise and stuff that doesn't apply to your society. I mean, so it's kind of frustrating. Bitcoin is not dead. I wouldn't say it's dead. It's just it hurt me. It hurt. Like, you guys saw my pain. You guys figured it out. But yeah. I mean, I have to go to work now. I can no longer, you know, read countless articles online about Bitcoin. I can no longer research and plan and build another company. I mean, I can if I'm at home, but I mean, I still have a family, and I got to do the 9 to 5, so it's not gonna happen. YouTube watchers back. Everybody, I sent your hard drives out. If you didn't get your hard drive, then it's lost in the mail. Sorry, Mel. Sorry about that. And I probably don't have tracking numbers either. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. But it's amazing. 20 people are hanging out with me. It's just the day one. I'll tell you about my interview. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about my job. I'll probably find that out today. But let me shut this off here. That should save my battery. But I guess if I were to say, I'll just tell you what happened. So I went in with a suit, and basically, like, full suit. I spent about $400 on the suit. And I bought the suit for a lot more interviews. I didn't just buy it for this interview. I used it for all my interviews. Just change the tie out. You know, depending on where you're going, you don't want to look too crazy. But I wore a golden tie, and I had a blue suit. It's real solid, polished shoes. That's annoying. Can't control it. And went in, met the guy at the front, his name, said, hey, I'm here for an interview. I said, okay, go right over there to that lady. Went over to that lady. She said, go to the business office. I was like, okay. Went into one room. I was like, this does not look like a business office, but maybe. And they're like, no, this is not the business office. Go to the next room. I was like, okay. I went to the next room. I was like, okay. So I'm in the business office, and I was like, waiting there forever, like forever. And, well, I guess it felt like forever, you know, because there's, like, customers there, and nobody else was there for an interview, and, you know, I'm just waiting for the time. My lips were a little chapped. I was like, man, I want to get my chapstick, but I didn't want to run out to my car, because I wanted to, obviously, show that I was early. It was, like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it was, like, 5 minutes past my appointment time, and I was like, okay, I hope they still know I'm sitting here. You know, I got my little folder in my hand, suit all nice, and hair's combed, you know, I'm ready to go. And then a lady leaned over the desk and said, what's your name? I said, my name's Jared. And she's like, okay, just making sure you're here. And I was like, alright, so somebody knows I'm here. This is good. And then this guy came out, and he interviewed me. So here's how the interview went. We went into the side office that clearly was an interview because there was only one computer and nothing in there beside the pen, and 2 chairs, okay? So, you know, he said, sit down, and we're going to chat a bit. So we chatted a bit, and I wanted to know, like, what all this company was all about. And they, of course, wanted to know what all I was about, right? So I just told them, you know, my life history. You guys know I did some sales, obviously, to survive last year. Obviously, we sold at Apple, so I've got sales quality. And he's like, okay. So he starts writing some things down, you know, he's not asking any negative questions, all positive, all good questions. And then he started skipping pages. Like, I mean, he had a stack of pages, and he was writing, and then he just started skipping them. And that's how I knew. I was like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, because you don't skip pages in an interview unless I already answered that question, right? And then he would say things, oh, we already answered that one. Like, right? So there's a tip. Answer enough concise bullet points in a paragraph form during an interview that you're skipping pages with the guy. Alright, so then he's like, okay, cool, well, this has been great. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to have you watch this video, 3 minutes. Here's a piece of paper, and we're going to do a test. I want you to sell me a car out front. I said, alright. So here I went. And I watched this video, and I rewound it, watched it again, because I was like, I'm going to get this. And then they wanted me to go out and sell them what I thought would be an F-150 with, like, a car seat in it, and it said soccer fam on the side or something. Nefarious says, I hate job interviews. Oh. What happened to your Bitcoin you'd mined for years? Oh, I still have my Bitcoin. Don't worry about that. My portfolio is still there. I have my whole portfolio, but it's just, that doesn't get me in life, right? It doesn't pay for, you know, the family. The portfolio doesn't work for itself yet. We're down 80%. Alright, so, like, he's like, okay, so I'm standing up at this point in the office because I'm not going to be just sitting there staring at a piece of paper, right? I knew what I was doing. I was like, okay, we're going to sell a car. Well, I get out there and I meet this guy, and he's got a thing that says President's Club on his name tag, President's Club. And I was like, oh, snap. President's Club you can get to, I guess, within like 3 months. You got to sell like 40 cars in 90 days. No, 6 months. You got to sell 40 cars in 6 months, all right? That's probably extremely attainable, so I'll let you know. So clearly he was in President's Club. I don't know, maybe he just got it. Maybe he's the best sales guy there. I don't know. But he was the customer, and I had to sell him the truck. So I went there, and we were outside, and go outside, and I thought it'd be an F-150. Well, and it's supposed to have a car seat in his car, and it's supposed to be a soccer. That's the game. Well, he didn't do that, right? He pulls up in a 1999 Corolla, fictitiously. And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I see you got some kids. He's like, yeah, my kids are all grown, but I got a couple in the house that just need some space. And I was like, okay. Already, I'm like, this is not going the way I was supposed to. Improvise. So, you guys know I'm live. I can improvise, right? Make it easy. So, so basically, I was like, I'm going to roll with this. Clearly, this guy wanted a fully custom, already done up with the rims, the paint, all custom job truck. Not an F-150, a Dodge. So I was asking him about if he wanted to see some features, talk about the benefits, and blah, blah. And, you know, he kind of was shutting it off. And I was like, man, this is a hard sell. But he wanted the car. And so I was like, okay, let's get you in the car today, you know. And he's like, no, I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm like, oh, man. So I asked for a follow-up, and, you know, and then the guy cut it off. The guy interviewing me cut it off. And I was like, okay, I feel all right about that. And he asked me what I did right, and he asked me what I did wrong. Shook the guy's hand, and then he's like, okay, we'll meet you back in the office. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, either I did okay, or, you know, I'm going to get told we'll give you a call, right? Like, those are the worst. Like, we'll give you a call. Right, what the heck does that even mean? That means you didn't impress us enough that we're probably going to interview somebody else, or we just moved you to the lowest ranking member. Like, that's really what give you a call means. Let's be real. YouTube watcher, apply at my work. We have fun. 10-hour shifts, though. Not sure you could do it. Oh, I couldn't do 10-hour shifts. You're funny. I don't think you realize how many I did in the Bitbunker. You're hilarious. 10-hour shifts. I mean, unless it's manual labor, I couldn't do it. I'm terrible at manual labor, but... Alright. So I'm back in the office, and he comes by after about 5 minutes and says, hey, 1 second, stay right here, we're going to move you on to the next process. I was like... Okay. So at this point, I'm thinking, alright, we're good. We got this. I passed the first interview. I passed selling a car. I was able to sell it. They liked it. They liked my sales gimmick. Ability, whatever you call it. Now let's move to the third. Alright, third is a senior. Yep, so there's only like 4 seniors in the whole store next to the manager. The main guy that owns the whole shebang, right? I'm probably not going to meet him. Maybe. I doubt it. But basically, he's the head dog. And then you got the other 4. Well, she was one of the 4. She comes in, and now remember, the first guy was like good cop, bad cop. Like, she came in with all the hard questions. You know, tell me about a time that, you know, you didn't get along with an employee. Tell me about a time you didn't get along with a manager. Tell me a time you didn't get along with a customer, right? Like, all the bad stuff, right? So I just straight up told the stories I had and shared my thing and talked about how I had a lot of experience with a lot of cars. I rebuilt cars. I love cars. I'm a big car fan. I'm a car fan. So I think I should try to sell cars. You know? That thing is so annoying. Like, why? Out of all the times I wanted to stream, this is what we have to deal with. Maybe this audio is amazing and it's cutting it out. Are you not interested in BSV? Run a full node, bro. Yeah, that's not going to make it, Tommy. Like, what is that? A jackhammer? A screwdriver? Like, alright. Hello, King! Yo, you guys are still here. That's amazing. So, I go on to the next part of the interview process with this lady. And then we laugh, share some jokes, everything's good. And then basically, she leaves. She's like, okay, thank you, it's great to meet you. And she leaves. And I was like, standing here. I was like, okay. Alright. That was the make or break point right there. Make or break. So, then, it was kind of really low key. It was low key. She said, she's like, hey, Jared, I'd like you to meet this lady here. And it was the lady I met on the phone that interviewed me over the phone. It's like, oh, yeah, I met you on the phone. She's like, okay, well, let's come in here. We'd like to offer you a position and sit down at this other table. So now I was officially in the employees only room. And it said, I'd like to offer you a position. And I was like, oh, that's great. And she's like, well, hold on. Before you agree, let me tell you the scenario of how the qualifications are, right? And you have to do this, you know. And I was like, jokingly, I was like, she's like, do you have any questions? I said, well, not really. Actually, LinkedIn and Glassdoor was really good at describing all of these things. Right? So, like, obviously I already knew, like, how much I was going to make per car, how much I was going to make per hour, what I was going to do to, you know, to get to the next level. Like, she told me some things that were encouraging to better than I read about. But it was hilarious. So, tree cutting, they said. Are they allowed to cut down trees around here? Who knows? A weed eater. Audio is fine, bro. So, all in all, it's a great experience. I highly recommend it. It's a very Apple culture. If you guys want to know what car sales is with this company, it's very much like Apple. So walk into an Apple store, learn about the culture. That's pretty much what I'm walking into. Same scenario. Now this store does like 30 million a month, right? So a stupid number, right? 30 million a month, right? So they're pulling a few 100 million, probably I don't know, what's 30 million at a low scale, if they can keep that consistently. If they're doing, why does my calculator not work when I need it? 30 times 12 would be, yeah, 360 million. So over $250 million a year is what this store does. So obviously I'm going to be a small fish in the sea. There's like almost 300 employees or something, right? It's outrageous. There's no way I'm going to be able to know these people's names. And I got to get ready because I leave in like an hour or so to start my very first day there. Got to bring in, you know, my social, my passport, my driver's license, my W-2s. Got to fill out my W-2 for the tax man. And, you know, do it all up, right? So, you know, the family's asking me, how you feeling? What do you think about this? You know, and honestly, it's not bad that I'm going to work. Ain't no problem with that. It's not going to work. I think what hurts me the most is that Bitcoin failed me. Bitcoin failed and it failed me, right? It took me with it, right? Because I was fully 100% invested in it. And that hurts, man. So, yeah, it's not like I'm not going to be involved in Bitcoin. It's not like I'm not going to want to stream in the channel about things like Craig Wright clearly is just hilarious. You guys know we're going to find out who Satoshi is by the court case. I mean, I already told you it's David, but if you didn't believe me and you needed more proof, you just wait, because the court system subpoenaed like 5 major players in crypto to prove their Bitcoin addresses, and they want to know the mining computers that were even used during the transaction mining period of 2009 to 2013, which was producing 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes into, I believe, only 1 or 2 computers, which Craig Wright clearly had the ability to have access to. I mean, obviously they were Satoshis, coins that haven't moved yet, but the court has subpoenaed all of that. So unless they do some closed secret court system and we don't need to shadow know who the government Satoshi is, it's David, guys. It's just coming out. It's David. David, rest in peace. He is dead. Sadly, he died a horrible death. and it was just sad to see what he had to go through as a loner. And so reach out to your friends. If you think your friends are lonely, reach out to them, give them a call, tell them you love them, do something for them, because you do not want them to die like David died. I mean, Satoshi died a horrible death, in my opinion. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't even want to describe it for you. You guys can go read it online yourself. And it's just sad. It's sad the way that happened. So, anyways, yes, that's a 3D audio tree cutting. Yeah, forms. Bitcoin did fail me. Put your spacesuit back on and get on it. Do your best. Yeah, you're funny, Tommy. So you got to realize man, we got sirens going and everything. This is a real deal outside, man, today. Wow. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate the encouragement. I appreciate, Tommy, you thinking that I'm just going to get my spacesuit on and we're going to be good to go. But that's just not the way it happens, man. This is the real deal. So, but hey, I always said when I left Apple, you know, I'm going to leave Apple and I'm going to give Bitcoin a try, right? And if it doesn't work, I'm going to come back and everything's going to be okay. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know where it's going to be in like 20 years from now. I mean, it could be a completely different scenario with all kinds of cryptocurrencies, left, right, lifts away, that way, upside down. I mean, we could be past the moon. I mean, I'm always going to go to the moon, and then we can go to Mars, but then I'm going to say we're going back to the moon, right? Because that's the best. And we might explode in the market in the next 2 years, and obviously I haven't gained any situations or scenarios with people that I should be. And but honestly, what am I supposed to tell these people? You know, I can call up millionaires and say, hey man, you know, can I have $1 million to invest in this thing? But if it's not good enough, they're not going to do it, right? I mean, people trust me. I get that. People trust me with their money and their investments and their time and their mining equipment and their purchases and their wallets. I don't know why they do, but they do. You know, like, people trust me with that stuff, and I can't build on any of those clients or scenarios or wallets or avenues or anything. And guys, this is almost the month. It's getting into April where we would have been 1 year at the BitBunker, and would I have lasted? No. Bitcoin's at $3,000, dude. It's 4,000. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't have made it, man. I wouldn't have made it. Like, this December. Remember, I had December rent free. All right, all of December, January, February, March, and April. That's 5 months. That's 5 months. That's 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 plus 400s of each. That's $11,800 is what I would have had to pay just in rent to stay there. Right? Where there's no way. There is absolutely no way. I still had to pay taxes. I still had to pay apartment to live in, right? Like, there's no way. So, I'm not looking at Bitcoin going, oh man, Bitcoin's at $100,000 today. I should have never left the BitBunker. What was I thinking? I should have just writ it out, wrote it in the negatives, racked up a bunch of debt because Bitcoin's at 100 grand and I'm good to go, right? That's not what happened. If you had that's not what happened, guys. What happened is Bitcoin's at $4,000 today, which is not enough to survive in a Bitcoin mining operation like I had. It's just not. Let's check the chat. All right. I just remember how enthusiastic you were, got me into crypto when I stumbled upon your channel. Thank you. Red Panda says, if you had money now to start, since cards and equipment are super low if the next bull run number happens, but look at history. Realistically, a bull run lasts 2 to 3 months, so those 2 to 3 months profitability, you're going to sell during that time while you mine. And your holdings. David who? David Klein. Yes, David Klein. Yes, the whole thing grew too fast to be sustainable. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily nefarious. I partially agree with that. It didn't necessarily grow too fast to not be sustainable. It grew fast, but it was only going with the speed of which cryptocurrency was changing. So you got to understand that. So if cryptocurrency went down, took a little dip into the 18, 19, then we dropped down to the 10,000, the 8,000, even into the $6,000, but then we boosted ourselves right back up to 8, 10, 20, $30,000. That I would have not been going fast enough, in my opinion. I would have hired more people. I would have had more guys helping me. And thank you. Go fill up some oil. Go take a lunch break. My goodness. You were mining terrible coins, but I don't think it would have made a difference. I got into crypto the same way. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, the Red Panda says that a lot of miners came onto the network as well. No, see, Red, I don't think so. I think the percentage of people that were mining, that got into mining, were the same. It was the same equivalent of people mining as there were years past. You got to think that we've already gone through 3 of these cycles, right? Where it's like boom and then down and boom and then down. Boom. The amount of people that knew about crypto, had wallets, and then actually invested in the mining, roughly to the amount of people that did that in 2017 and 18, is probably around the same amount of number. That'd be a lot of math to figure out, but it's not like there was this massive flooding of people. Of course there was a flooding of people. The same thing happened in 2013. The shortage of graphics cards. It was double, triple price for the same graphics card that was just a few months ago. We weren't able to buy it. That whole scenario, right? Oh, I can show you the comments. People hating on me because I bought all this equipment in 2014 and jacked up the price for all these people just gaming, and all the gamers hate me. All the gamers hate me. The same thing happened in 2014. And sure enough, the prices went down, everybody shut up, and then it started up again. Everybody was exploding. Everybody bought cards. The prices, nobody could keep them in stock. The prices would quadruple, and everybody hated anybody with mining. Everybody hated gamers, right? So they can't afford a graphics card in 2013, they can't afford it in 2015, and they can't afford it in 2018. Let's be real. They ain't going to be able to afford it. They just like to complain. But the point is that we've already gone through this, right? Probably multiple times. My count is 3, but I mean, I'm not afraid of it. It's just, thank you. The water wall was awesome. I agree. Yes. So yeah, was all the people that quit on you? There wasn't people to hold you up when the people go down. Yes, you're right. I didn't have any finances to hold me up. You're right, guys. I did not have any backers. I was 100% sustained on my own. I did not have large clients in order to say, we're going to keep this moving. Now we got a fire truck. We got a fire truck, a police car, crows, and sawing. This is Virginia Beach, baby. We got to get outside. Yeah. So if the next bull run happens and $1,000 2080 Ti will be $2,000 per card, I can't imagine that. Scary time. Oh, goodness, dude. You're going to see, Red Panda, you're going to see the 2080 Ti's in the next bull run push close to $3,000 for one of those cards. I guarantee you. Put my money on it right now. If you could invest in 2080 Ti stock, that's what would happen. That's what would happen. It'd be nuts. He's going to blow that thing up. He's going to blow it up, man. What is he doing? It's outrageous what the prices go. I mean, it is outrageous. But people pay it. I paid it. My clients paid it. I had to pay it. Or you're either not going to mine, I mean, you're not going to get on this, or you're going to get on it, right? So, I mean, it is crazy. I agree. But it's just part of the society that we live in. Nobody's using @digital gold, which is really, it's really sad. But not a single person put @digital gold, so I guess I don't have to read your comment. Anyways, you guys are great. You guys are terrific. It is day 1 for me to go to my 9 to 5. For all you YouTubers out there who, read and left awful nasty comments, because if you wouldn't say the things to me that you say online, I guarantee it. You wouldn't look me in the face and call me the names that you called me on here. You know who you are, right? But somehow you think it's okay to type that. So, yeah, that's what you do. But I just want you to know I'm getting a 9 to 5, right? Because that's what you wanted from me, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a 9 to 5 just to make you happy. You little YouTuber, you person, you. You put all the expletives there, I tell you that. Anyways, we do get an ice cream truck. I think I'll be gone by the time we get an ice cream truck. I only go in for like 4 hours today, and obviously it's going to be filling out paperwork, maybe watching one video. I'm going to get a tour of things. It's going to be good. The rest of the week, I'm like the 9 to 6, and I'm going to do some shadow, reverse shadow, things like that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I am going to rebuild my personality. I'm not going to tell anybody what I did. I'm not going to tell anybody where I came from. I'm not going to tell anybody I was at Apple. I figured out what I'm going to say when people say, hi, you know, what'd you do before you sold cars? I'm going to say a little this, a little that. That's what I'm going to say. This is the South. We can say those things. Oh, okay, like what types of things? You know, just a little bit of, things. I did some things, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk about the car. I'm not going to talk about what I did. Because it's just not, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting into what the flip is Bitcoin, right? Because then you go from car sales, and they'll walk away from that car going, yo, I got to research this Bitcoin thing. Like, he got a YouTube channel? I got to look him up, right? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. People are going to be looking at it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be, no way. Nobody needs to know what I did, okay? So I'm going to go into this new job where, 200 more people have no idea who I am, what I've done, or anything. And in the scheme of things, I haven't even done that much. But in the crypto space, I feel like I carried my weight. I really feel like I carried my weight. I can say I carried my weight, okay? But nobody needs to know that. So I'm just going to keep silent. And maybe if I meet that right person, who owns his own tech company or something, I can just say like, hey man, my background's tech. You mind if I send you my resume? Maybe I'll do a scenario like that. Thanks for buying this F-250 Super Duty, super loaded Labyrinth. But you mind if I send you my resume? Right? Maybe that's the only scenario I can possibly think that I would do for these people. So good luck, man. Keep it up. Keep up the faith. Thank you. Temps on those cards are 20 degrees less than my other rigs. The strict signature Bitcoin rig is up yesterday morning, running in the morning. Didn't get it on the live stream. Put some rigs in the storage closet. Yeah. Ain't no room in that storage closet. Nor can the power handle. I think we've got maybe 100 amps here. And you got to remember, there's 2 families living in a single family home. This is literally a 4-walled home. I would give you a tour, but it's private. Literally, there are only 4 walls in where I'm staying. And it's 2-story, 4 walls, and yeah, maybe 100 amps. Maybe. And we probably share it with our neighbors. Let's be real here. So, keep up the YouTube channel. Are you going to keep live streaming server project? Not going to keep the server project going. More about that later. Otherwise, guys, this has been great. Day 1. I'm going to keep you updated. But the only Bitcoin news that I had, besides if you guys haven't read it, it's quiet out there. Bitcoin is very quiet. We're still treading the $3,500 to the $4,000 range. So don't get your hopes up when it hits 4,200. Like, it's going to go back down to 3,600, right? It's just going to happen. We're probably going to sit in this probably throughout the entire course of the summer now, okay? Because people are moving on to different assets and different classes. Until there's a major situation or economy or Satoshi comes out, Craig Wright, and David, the court subpoenas everybody, and then it's obvious that David was Satoshi now, right? Then maybe we're going to see some big boom. But I'm telling you, you don't need to think that a big boom's coming. Should you invest in Bitcoin according to my information, entertainment purposes only? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I going to be investing in Bitcoin? Absolutely. Am I going to take a certain portion of my checks and not invest in, 401s and Roths and stock market exchanges, manipulations, or am I going to buy cryptocurrency? I'm going to buy cryptocurrency. In fact, I should probably just do it live. Maybe we'll just do it live. I'm going to get a paycheck. I'm going to say, here's how much I made. Guys, let's invest in Bitcoin. Ooh. I was talking at work, LOL. There's a ton of going on in the back end. Guys, somebody just asked, Mr. YouTube Watcher wants to know. Oh, what are my thoughts on Ripple? Alright, here's my thoughts on Ripple. Ripple came out, in my opinion, was kind of like a haha, very funny. This guy's got a lot of money, going to convince a lot of people, and it's going to die. It didn't die. He got a lot of money. He convinced a lot of people, it didn't die. Then I thought, okay, it's being manipulated by banking system, is he landing a lot of contracts? That didn't happen. What happened was Ripple has presented themselves in a way that is so incredible, that's such a use case for, that you can't help but want to be a part of it. So, I mean, I can, but most people can't. Most people with money can't. So what they're really, really good at, I think Ripple, is marketing. I think Ripple is the best marketed cryptocurrency there is. I think Ripple is the best at landing big money. I don't know any other cryptocurrency that has landed and had investments from the biggest players in the fiat money system than Ripple. Internationally, they move massive amounts of money for massive corporations and banks, and no other cryptocurrency, if you can call it that, has done that. That is Ripple. Now, I regret to say that most likely Ripple will be one of the top 3 dogs in the crypto space from now until forever. Not because they are a decentralized ability to take care and help the society of our world in cryptocurrency, but because of the greed and the need for massive movements of money and the stabilization and centralization of Ripple and their system. You got to think about that. Ripple has done so well because they are centralized. They didn't do well because they were decentralized. That's not how it happened. They're very good at marketing, getting big money, and centralizing themselves. Now, they're very good at what they do, okay? They are. Let's be real. They just are. They're good at moving money securely. They've built themselves over the last, 6 years now? 5 years? 5 years now, building themselves a reputation, and they literally can pull a laundry list of clients that they have had or currently have over the years that have moved millions of dollars with them, okay? And when you have a company like that, you're pretty awesome, right? You're pretty awesome. Whether you're cryptocurrency or not, alone. Think about it like that. You're awesome. So, yes, they're marketing themselves inside of the cryptocurrency. Yes, they're using some type of blockchain technology, but they, in my opinion, are not. It's decentralized, mineable, let everybody freedom use currency. It's just not. But they will be a player in the space. So, is that good? Yeah. All right. So, best marketing in the business. Their bots are all over social media. Yeah, I mean, they are. I mean, you guys want to know my opinion. Obviously, this is my opinion. Should you invest in Ripple? Most likely. I mean, most likely our children, for entertainment purposes only, our children will laugh at the 2-cent range, right? Because it'll be $20, $30, $50, $100 a Ripple. I don't know. The point is, yeah, you should invest in Ripple. Do I invest in Ripple? No. That is just the one currency among thousands of currencies I will just personally not invest in. It's against my belief in the system. There's certain projects that they call me and they tell me about their idea, and I don't onboard. I would probably be way wealthier, way better, and living in a much better place if I did all of these other things that these people call me or email me and tell me about. But I don't do it because of my belief systems and how I believe that cryptocurrency, the name and the core structure and the backbone of that. And when you're just in it, and I can feel that you're in it to make a buck, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to take a bunch of money, make a buck, and walk away. I don't want to be a part of that. And I could have been a lot wealthier and wealth, period. I could have had wealth, not dead. I could have had that. Most likely, if I landed the right contracts with these people and moved the right amount in place. But I would have been dishonest. I would have been most likely lying, right? Because I would have been selling things that I didn't believe in. So I would have definitely been lying to myself. And it wouldn't have been crypto. It would have been crypto. It would have just been a manipulation way to make money. And I would probably be good at it, but I would be sick inside myself. So I didn't do it. Based on what you're saying about Ripple, not buying XRP is like walking by money on the ground. Yes, because if, and I will walk by money on the ground if I know its purpose is to be used for nothing but evil, okay? So, yeah, I don't take certain jobs because of my core belief systems. I don't think enough people have core beliefs anymore. I don't think people will, get burned at the stake because they absolutely stand behind their beliefs. That's just the way I am, and that we're a dying breed. I get that. We're not, you know, your conventional type personality, but whatever. I don't care. That's who I am. That's how I'm raising my family. And yes, I will walk away from money over a belief system. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there is always money in this world, but there is not time. And my time is more valuable than that. And I don't care that Ripple is going to be this massive organization and do very well. And oh man, I will never say I wish I would have invested in that stock. I don't care the price of Ripple. I don't care if it was life-changing money for my future, because I believe in the core system of what blockchain technology is, and Ripple is not it. Ripple is not it. Ripple is not it. That's all I have to say. You got it? Okay. We all just need real jobs to work and actually and save actual money. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I believe in that. Dreamers. Y'all are dreamers. Bitcoin will never be 20,000 again. Oh! Crypto Burns needs to change his name. Crypto Burns, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you are wrong. You are 100% wrong, and it's going to be so wrong, it's going to hurt you how wrong you are. Crypto will be well over 20,000. You won't even remember the price of it being 20,000. That's how high it will be. You'll be laughing because you'll be like, I didn't ever think it would be 30, 40,000, right? And it's like, what was 20? 20? Oh, that's such a low number. Man, I would have bought it at 20. Guys, that's about it. I gotta get going. Basically, this is the Digital Gold channel. You guys who have been with me for all this time, thank you so much. The only a few hundred people that watch me, thank you. It's amazing. It's a roller coaster. I'm dressed in my uniform. This is what I'll look like. Nice blue polo, pants, you know, and maybe a vest. Maybe I'll wear a vest. Gonna go work a job. I'm gonna go 9 to 5. I'm going in on my first day. Okay, guys, I'm doing it. Right? I've lost everything in my opinion. My entire dreams were shattered. My 5 years of work. It is time to turn a new leaf, even though it's burnt. Let's use this leaf. This is a better leaf. It's time to turn a new leaf. And yes, I have the spacesuit, and I will be getting it on when the price is ready to explode. Until then, you guys have a terrific, wonderful, amazing summer. I will be checking in on you when any major crypto news in the mining scenario happens, or Satoshi, of course. Until then, go cut down a tree. Seriously, just go cut it down. Just cut the tree down, man. Cut it down. Oh, man. 20. I gotta count to 30 or 40. I don't even know what I gotta count to anymore. Alright, let me show you this. This thing is sweet, isn't it? I mean, look at that. Let's see how hot it is. Let's see how hot this thing is. Alright, so it's trapping in some heat a little bit in here, but I think most of the heat's coming out. So let me... Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I mean, it's a cooler day, but it's not that bad. That is pretty cool. Look at that. There we go. Mobile streaming, baby. Mobile flipping streaming. How much battery are we at? 99%. We haven't even touched the battery yet. Oh, this is at 39%, but it says power. So, it definitely smells warm. You can definitely smell the warmth, but that's pretty sweet, man. That is pretty sweet.